There's something about being an American and growing up in America, going to American schools, where your mentality is different in a sense that you always want to win, even if you don't think that. Most people are subconsciously trying to win, and that leaks into pretty much all social arenas. American kids, elementary school, middle school, and also in high school, are maybe the meanest people in the world. I'd say especially in middle school, then elementary school, then there's also some in high school, and I think it stems, it can also be in college, I think it stems from, like I said earlier, like this want to win, and there are these sort of unspoken rules to this sort of game that people make up. And if you're good at it, you get more attention, you get more popularity, and that's what people want to focus on. And I've talked to a number of international students, our friends from other countries, and they just have a different air about them. Then my Japanese friend said that he would want to talk to more American people, but it just doesn't work. There's a certain social aspect. It's like a group mentality, and if you don't have the code, if you don't have the ability to figure out how to interact amongst them, they might be nice to you, but you're not really going to be really in the group. They might even include you things and have you run, but you just never be part of it. It's something that's easier to feel than to explain, but I think international students coming to America might have an idea of what I'm talking about, or people who have from America gone to other countries, or something like that. I also talked to one of my Chinese friends. She said that when she would go on trips with groups of people on some sort of outings for education or whatever, so there'd be a lot of students from around the world. She said that usually the Americans pretty much branch off and just stick with themselves. They just congregate in a group and stay away from the rest of the people. So I think that's another testament to what I'm talking about. And going further with that, I think it kind of tramples on the idea of being nice, because you can rise to the top of these groups and be a nice person, but a lot of times it's because it is sort of this game and people want to win, people want to be have the most attention. It turns aggressive, especially when you're in small groups. So like in a school, especially. And I think if you take adults and you put them back into those groups where they have to live together, see each other every day. We see that with reality TV shows all the time, even though I know a lot of them are scripted, or producers push things and whatnot. But still, pretty quickly there becomes different factions, and I think especially with American shows that I think maybe this might occur a little in Britain and maybe some other countries, but I think definitely primarily America. And so when you have this constant struggle for the top position, it usually doesn't encourage people to be really nice. I didn't even realize that there was this sort of thing going on until I went abroad, and I lived in China, and I went around to a few other countries. And people are just so kind to you one-on-one. And that's not to say there aren't great things about America and its social behaviors. I think it also breeds a ton of creativity, and it can create new, interesting parts to our social world and our culture. Anyway, those are just some thoughts I have. It might be good for students coming to America to see that, because this, like I said, this can definitely happen in college. And actually, both of these this Japanese student and this Chinese student that I talked to were in college. It can get pretty sad too, because if you're going to a school with mostly Americans, it might be hard to break into that. I don't want to be dour and bring people down, but just so you know, just be prepared to try to do new things, and don't worry if people don't accept you. You know, that's just American culture can be different that way. I just realized how depressing this video is getting, but things will probably be fine. You'll find great people. If you don't, really try to join groups that you're interested in: sports, music, arts, whatever. There's so many different types of things, you know, rock climbing, just whatever you can think of. Usually at most schools there's a bunch of different groups, and you can get connected with people that way. And events are really great to go to meet people. They usually have a lot of those at colleges. If you can't find anything in the school, you can look around if you live in a city, or I'll include a link down below of places you can meet people, or maybe a couple links. Sometimes just speaking up, just saying hi to people is good. It might be out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying to change your personality completely, but sometimes it's good to just open up a little. Might not work out, but if it does, you could find a lifetime friend or your best friend. If anyone wants to ask me questions about this sort of thing, or wants me to go more in depth or make another video, just let me know. I hope this made sense. If you're not from America, or if you are from another, or if you haven't been here before, you might not have an understanding of what I'm talking about, but you might if you go to college here, or if you go to study here. Thank you for watching. Pray for you. I hope this ended on a positive note. I want the best for you guys. Love you very much. God bless.